Welcome to She Rises Up podcast with Gemma and Lara. We are multi-award winning international coaches, authors and speakers specialized in women's empowerment and conscious leadership for women. Here we want to empower, uplift and elevate you with conscious conversations aimed to unify femininity, business and consciousness.
Welcome, ladies. Hello. Welcome to episode 17 of our podcast, She Who Rises Up. Greetings from Spain. I'm still in Madrid. And Gemma, where are you right now?
I'm in Cadiz, in my flat, which is unusual. I don't really spend much time here lately as it's rented out to holidaymakers, but it's somehow... at the time of the podcast, I seem to be here, which is great. So I'm in Cadiz, in Spain as well.
Country girl now, right? A proper country girl.
Yeah, I am.
That is actually ultimate. It's very interesting because there is a beautiful shop. I'm happy to share it. It's called Muy Mucho. In Spain, and they have such beautiful, very countryside, very boho style things for the home, and I've been buying I bought a mirror and I bought a hammock and I bought so many things for my future home that I don't country, but that's, I guess, is that manifestation or is that illusion? I haven't got a clue, but we're preparing for that.
Oh, beautiful.
Your way.
Well, that's how manifestation works, right? You live as it's already happened. So you're already buying things for your house that you have in the country.
Yeah, that's very true. Very, very true. And talking about manifestation is very interesting because a few days ago I was thinking about something, and that is, what is the difference between manifestation and intuition?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, and I'm like, but what is the difference? If I could see, I could sense something and that thing happens, am I manifesting it, or am I actually, is that my intuition speaking to me? Are they the same thing, or are they interrelated, or what's going on? So I need to ask you that question at some point.
How interesting. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How interesting. There is a very strong similarity, and I can see where you're going. So if I have a desire that I want to manifest, is that coming from something that is really going to happen anyway, and I'm intuitively knowing that it's coming, and then I work to manifest what's really coming anyway, or is it the other way around? Very interesting.
Yeah, some food for thought there for maybe another time. So are you ready to get started?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So we have a big week coming up for you here this week. I mean, are you okay to talk about it? Are you not okay to talk about it?
Okay, I'm ready to talk about it.
Are you?
Okay. Yes, let's talk about it. Why not?
So what's happening in your life?
I'm getting married. I'm getting married. I never thought I would say those words. Me getting married.
Yes.
Yeah.
So future bride to be. I mean.
Yeah. So again, is this a manifestation or is it an intuition? I don't know, because I've never been the kind of woman who dreamed with a marriage and with the wedding day and the wedding dress, and never really. So it's actually been quite strange to be organizing my wedding and the celebration. It's like, really, do I want this? So it's been a huge growth into knowing what I really want and manifesting that. So yeah, it certainly wasn't a manifestation that I wanted. So yeah. Maybe it's something else. But once you meet the right person, there's no doubt you want to be married, because why not? Why not you're already married in the spiritual sense, in the living, in the day to day. So why not do it legally? Why not? There's no reason why not. There's no reason why yes. So yeah, I'm getting very excited now that it's just a few days away. I'm even excited about the dress and the day and the celebration and having my friends and family there, or most of my friends and family there. Yeah, it's a big thing, and something I never thought it would happen, because it was never in my reality. I never really thought about it much. So
I mean, at some point we have to talk about this, you manifested that relationship. I mean,
I
that
did.
your
Yeah.
manifestation to the detail, to the dots.
Yes, I did. Yeah, even though I never thought about wedding bells, I did dream about the kind of person I wanted to share my life with. And I did what I had to do, manifested it, and in a month, I met him in a month, and we've been, today, it's 8 months that I met him, a month after I did the work to the universe that I wanted to do, to manifest it. And it was as simple as knowing by detail exactly what you want. I recorded it. I spoke it onto my phone, and I recorded it with the idea of putting it on paper and read it every day, so that to give it energy every day. But I didn't have time to do that. I kind of forgot about it with Christmas coming on and all that. I kind of forgot about it. One thing I did do was to go to bed every night thinking about that. Not every single detail, but the whole thing that I put in those recordings. And I used to go to bed with a big smile, thinking about the person coming next to me. And I could see the scenery of me looking at the sea. And I knew that behind the ocean was me, and behind was the house that we were sharing together. And I used to go to bed every night dreaming about that with a big smile. And that was a month after that I met this person. And 15 days later, we were kind of having the first date. And 8 months later down the line, we're getting married. And he happened to have a flat by the ocean. So we've been in his flat, looking at the ocean and knowing that house is at the back. Like in the dream that I had, and every single detail that I put in those recordings manifested. He has everything that I put in there, and more. So it was, again, was it manifestation? Did I know that it was coming and I dreamt it into reality? I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know. But does it matter? Does it matter?
Yeah.
Mm.
I guess because the whole manifestation, quote unquote, business, right, or this concept of manifestation is very trendy these, well, it's been for some time now anyways. And so I have this sense that some of our beautiful listeners will be intrigued to know how, if this is something that they could implement, and yeah, so
Yeah.
do it too. I started doing it, but I didn't complete it. So yeah. We'll talk about manifestation maybe some other time in more detail.
Yes. There's much more to talk about and much more to go into it than just writing or recording your wish in a file. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So over the last couple of weeks now, since we recorded the last podcast, what would you like to share with our audience? What a big moment, a lesson, or something that you have remembered?
What I would like to share is something that happened actually today, and it has happened a few times the last 2 months. I've been renting my flat here in the city for the past 2 months for the summer to holiday makers, and I've never rented my home before. It was something that I never thought I wanted to do, because, well, it's your home, and you think people, they're gonna use it, and maybe your house will the value, or that they won't look after it. So I never thought about it. But since I met my future husband, that sounds so lovely. Since I met Alberto, my future husband, we decided to do that, to rent our houses and go and live in the country. And I had 4 families coming in already every 15 days, and every single one of them has been a delight to host. Every single one of them was really friendly, really beautiful people. They really looked after the home. Some of them left the home even cleaner than I left it. All of them have washed the towels or the bedding. I don't know. The last one, they just left today. The washing machine broke. Apparently, when you open the door of the washing machine, the kind of handle broke. So he said, but don't worry, I've gone to the shop, I bought the piece, and I've replaced it for you. I said, oh my God, thank you so much. That's so kind. That this man took time of his holiday to go and buy a piece for the washing machine and put it. That to me is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to do, which I would do anyway. And that's what I'm getting at, that all these people, really nice people, really looking after my house, cleaning it and leaving the house clean, that I even have to spend less money on the cleaner because they left it so spotless, or even do less work myself. I've done that before for other people. I've done things for people, and from love, from just because. When I've been in hotels or flats from other people, you do that. You think, you see things in the world, and you do healing for it just because. And maybe nobody knows ever about it. Maybe you see someone who's in need, and you ask the soul, can I help this person? And then I've done healing for them, and they never knew about it. So now I see that having these beautiful holiday makers coming into my home, and being such a delight hosting them, and them looking after my home is like, well, I'm getting what I put out. I'm getting what I put out. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful to see that, to see that, to see that. And it's not about bragging about the things that I've done in the past at all. It's about the fact that when you treat things and people with respect, with love, with compassion, you receive the same from other people, but you receive the same. Because what I need now is that kind of behavior and treatment from these holiday makers that come to my home. It's my home, and they're treating it like their home. So that's a gift from the universe. I think it's beautiful. Mm.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Do you know, it reminds me of when was it? A while ago, maybe before I came to Spain, actually, I was delivering a piece of training, and I created a beautiful booklet, such a stunning booklet that was done. Again, I spent so much time and energy, and so much love was poured into that, creating that workbook, and I needed to print it and to bind it, and the woman who was doing that felt the love, and she complimented it. And also, when I started noticing the way she was treating the printouts, it was so beautiful, because she was giving it as much love and attention and delicacy. I'm not sure if that's even a word, from a delicate perspective. She was taking care of it so beautiful that I'm like, wow, so love actually breeds love.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and that's something else as well. I put so much love in this house as well. When my mom died last year, after that, my husband, we kind of helped me to get the house ready, and we did it with so much love and so much happiness and joy, that you could feel it. You could feel that the house has been loved and looked after, because it was my parents' home, and that I'm sure people feel that too. Yeah, I'm sure they do, because they felt comfortable here. It's been a really hot summer, and I asked them, so how did the summer go? It's been very hot. Oh no, your home is so fresh, it's so lovely, and we haven't felt it. So it's like, okay, great. And they all want to come back. So it's been a great experience. Mm.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. And for my,
what about you?
Yeah. Do you know what? Yes, I was thinking about what shall I share, and I'm going to share, the conversation that we had before we starting the podcast, where I had a vulnerable moment with yourself, and that's in regards to the situation that I'm experiencing now at home. Has dementia, and it's a disease that I was sharing with Gemma, is the ultimate test of the ego. this disease is the ultimate test of the ego, because, you know, from the perspective of the person, they don't remember, right? And I wanted to share that is the power of forgiveness, because I have noticed that forgiveness actually is very quick. It's
Mhm.
quick. And I have noticed that with my mother, because again of her condition, is that I need to forgive so quick, that what is the reason that in the past I didn't forgive that quick, right? I mean, I have to forgive her now so quick, because actually there's no point not to. You know, she doesn't remember. So it's my duty to do that. And what I've realized is actually forgiveness is very quick if you want to. If you want to. So why holding the grudges, and why not forgive when it's something actually that can be done very, very easy? And sometimes it's the ego that actually that comes that comes into the play here, and into the game, and that is what's stopping us, right, from in this case, you know, forgiving that quickly.
Mhm.
It's something that I am in the middle of it, and I am, as much as, you know, this disease is freaking hard
Mhm.
to deal with on a day-to-day basis, but also it's very healing for the person who is experiencing, in this case, ourselves, myself. If you choose to look at it from that perspective, if you choose to look at it, because again, it's, oof, your ego gets tested over and over and over again, and of course, from their perspective, they don't remember. You know, they have the great, well, I'm not sure if luck, I'm not sure if even that is the right word to say here, but, you know, they don't remember, so they move on very quickly, and you have to move on that quickly. You know, so yeah, this is something that I'm deeply experiencing now. I've been experiencing for the last few years anyways. You know, this is nothing new, but now we are taking it to a notch deeper and a notch higher, and yeah, in the middle of it. So I will report on any further findings from that perspective. In fact, now that I remember, I did write um, I did write an article on the magazine on psychology. It's a while ago, actually, maybe more than a year ago now. It's called The Other Side of Dementia, or something like that. I think I called it, because it provides you with so much ground to connect to higher qualities. Really, you know, from a service perspective, you're serving the other human, uh, in such an unconditional way,
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
service to the highest level. From a presence perspective, you know, you have to be so uber present, because you need to keep having the same conversation over and over again, right? And the moment that you introduce any oomph of any, you know, any attitude in it, they feel it, you know. And of course, when they feel it, they could get aggravated by it, you know, and their disease um, could deteriorate even faster. So yeah, it's intense on one side, but it's so beautiful on the other side.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I can imagine. It's not easy. I went through something similar with my mom. She didn't have what your mom had, but obviously towards the end of her life, she lost her mind a little bit, and you do what you have to do, and nobody sees it, and it's just for you, because nobody, the person, it notice what you're doing for them. So you do it for yourself, and that's it. Everything that's happened is just for you. Everything that you go through is just for you, because you can explain it to your friends, but really the depth of it is just for you. It's just for you.
Yeah.
And it's not easy, but at the end of it is gratifying to just do all that you can for someone else, especially for one of your parents.
Exactly. I mean, I remember it was a quote that I read years ago. It said that it's the highest honor to serve or to take care of those who
Yeah,
take care of you, right? And it's yeah,
it
uh,
it
exactly.
is. It is. And I think you come to know it later when they're no longer here, and you realize what you did. That's when you see the greatness of it all. When you're in the middle of it, it's just so 3D and so earthy, and so hard at times that you don't see the greatness of what you're doing. It's later on that you see it. later on that you see it. It's really fulfilling. It left me with a huge peace in my heart that it still to this day, when I think of my mother, I just have huge sense of peace and love, and don't never cry for her, because I know she went with so much peace, and I contributed to that, and that's beautiful. It's the most beautiful thing that you can do. Absolutely.
Yeah. Shall we move on to our card?
Let's do it.
Yeah, so the card of fruition came about. Beautiful card. It's a harvest moon, so it's a full moon, and you've got a woman wearing a mask, and in her crown, it's full of it's very abundant with fruit and what we have here, fruit and leaves, and yeah, so it's called the card of fruition. And as usual, this is a trend. Whenever we get a card, it's like, what the fuck are we going to talk about here? What's going to come through, right? So we trust that the right thing is going to come through as usual.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be great for us, obviously, and for our beautiful audience to start noticing for the next couple of weeks. Any thoughts that come to mind, Gemma?
It was a beautiful card, and yeah, it reminded me of abundance as soon as I saw the fruits and things on the head of the lady. Fruition, the fruits of whatever you're doing or whatever you've done in the past come back to you. And it got me thinking about manifestation, and sometimes you manifest things, and we talked about it earlier. Is it manifestation or is it intuition? We don't know. But let's say that you have a wish, a desire, something you want in your life, and you do the work with the universe to bring it on, and then you have it. But other things you don't work to get. Like, for example, we've been talking as well about looking after your parents. You do it because of love. And my partner told me the other day, what you do for your parents, you do it unconditionally. The parents do things for the children because they have to do things for the children because they are the children, they are responsible for them. It's also unconditional, but there is a sense of obligation there. But the children for the parents, when we're not obliged, we can put them in a home, we can find someone to do it for us. We do it because of love, purely. It's unconditional, truly unconditional. And when you do that and go through that and looking after a parent, for example, whatever you've done come back to you, and you see the fruits of the love and the time and the patience and everything you went through. You see it later on. I've experienced that myself. I went through my mom's illness for a few years, and I mean, Lara knows more than anyone all that I experienced in a conscious way, but still was hard. And then she passed away, and 2 months after, my life changed completely, and it's just complete different life, with abundance of everything, especially love. I'm getting married, and my life has totally changed. Is it the fruits for what I did for her? I don't know, but maybe there is. It was a total surrender to what was happening in my life, and at the moment it was just her care. It was the most important thing. And what got me thinking as well is that we think of abundance, and we tend to think of material things or manifesting something, manifesting a relationship that we want. It's always something material, something that you can feel. But really, at the end of the day, abundance is just about love. How much love you have, how much joy you have in your heart. That's the true abundance, even if there is nothing else. Even if there is no money or little money, you're really abundant. You really see the fruits of your life, of everything that's going on, whatever you've done. That is measured by the love that is in your heart and the love that is in your life. The love that you give and the love that you receive. That's the true abundance, and that's the fruition. So yeah, to sum up, I think fruition and abundance is measured by the amount of joy that you feel and the amount of love that you have in you.
Oh wow! Do you know the thought that was coming to mind? That was and this is what I've written down, when will the cycle of the next thing, quote unquote, end? When will that end, right? When I was tuning into the energy of the card, and again, it's such a beautiful card that I'm getting. There is an empowered, and there is a presence energy in the card, and that empowerment is coming not only from external achievements, also coming from an internal achievement. Is coming from a place of alignment. It's coming from a place of resonance. So, and the energy of the card as well that I'm getting, it's a card of celebration, right? It's a card of, especially now that we've gone through so much in our lives, and also over the last 1.5 years with the current affairs of the world, that we need to also celebrate that we got to this stage, right? We also is a card of acknowledgement, right? Because we keep wanting. So hence the reason I asked earlier on, when will the cycle of the next and the next and the next end, right? And what is feeding that what is next? Or what is feeding that next feeling that we want, right? So what I'm getting from this card, again, from the presence point of view, it's coming from the right balance of, again, we talked about before, of masculine and feminine within us. I'm getting that a lot from that perspective. And from a place of alignment, from a place of alignment. The other day, actually, I was thinking about decisions, especially when we are presented with opportunities. And you could say, at the back of an opportunity, you could get a fruition, right? You could get the fruits from that opportunity. And then I got to think that actually not necessarily, if that opportunity is not for you. And how do we know if an opportunity is for us? Is by the way it feels. And this is a very feminine way to help us to make a decision about opportunities the feminine way. I tap into my body. I'm going to ask myself a question. How is this expanding me? How is this contracting me? And this is when I know if that opportunity is the real opportunity for me. It's still a great opportunity, but might not be for you. Right? And the reason I'm sharing that, because I'm in the middle of what looked like great opportunities that, of course, I'm going to fulfill, but I know now in my heart that they were not right for me. They were not right for me. And I did it for whatever reasons, and that's fine. I don't regret that. If anything, it has proved the point once again that it's so important to be in alignment with every decision that you have. And the question to ask ourselves: is this expanding me or is this contracting me? Yeah. So whatever actions then I'm taking is coming from a place of inspiration, is coming of a place of sacredness, rather than from a place of a linear the harsh masculine linear perspective, of the next and the next and the next goal and the next goal. So the question is, what fruits am I producing when I'm in alignment versus when I'm not in alignment? Is the quality of fruit the same?
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I couldn't help but thinking of when we moved into the countryside, because we had other options. Some of them, doors were closing and everything was pointing to that we had to go to the countryside. But we had other options. We could have done something else. But it was the joy in my heart that when I used to think of going into the country to live, my heart could expand, like you said, Lara. And that's what I felt that we had to follow. Every time I think about this countryside, this piece of land, my heart expands. This is what I need to be. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's going to be for the good, for the worse. I have no idea, but it's something that my soul really wants to experience. So I have to go there. And that's what we followed. And when that happens, you feel the expansion. And then you feel that everything flows. There were no obstacles whatsoever. We had challenges, but the challenges that we worked through them, and that was it. But we never had obstacles. And the difference I see between a challenge and an obstacle is trying to stop you from doing that. And it really comes back and again, and it's like flowing against the river, and it's hard. And it hasn't been hard at all. It's been flowing. We just had a few challenges, a few waves along the way, to kind of help us grow. That was my experience, and it has worked out really well in the end. And I think at the end we decided we're gonna live there. We're gonna celebrate the wedding there, and it's our home for now. It's our home for now, and we don't know why. There must be a reason why we're there, and we will know soon, I think.
And what was coming to mind, again, in relation to the card, talking about fruition, of course, we're going to get the fruits of these actions, of these decisions that we are making. And this is, again, going back to the quality of the fruit, right? It's going back to the quality of the fruit. Is it coming from an empowered space, or is it coming from a place of obligation because I'm supposed to, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Producing, what energy I'm coming from, what energy am I showing up from when I'm doing something from a place of obligation. Now, of course, I understand. Look, I mean, I've been a people leader, up to not a long time ago, and we had to do some things that it wasn't fun to do at all, right? At all. In fact, if anything, they were very challenging and very tough at many times. So I get that. But having said that, it's like, am I leading my whole life like that? Or also, is it time to make all the kind of decisions like you and I have made in the past, because we have realized that kind of lifestyle was not for us anymore?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it takes a lot of courage. That's a different subject probably, but it takes courage to follow your soul without hesitation. And this is something that my teacher, Isis Livingston, used to teach me all the time. Just follow your spirit without hesitation. Because I didn't know why we were going to the country. No idea. We had no electricity, no water. It was a difficult situation, but it's what we wanted to experience. And there was so much joy choosing to go there. It was a decision from the soul, and we just followed it. And the soul is never wrong.
Yeah.
Following the spirit without hesitation.
Yeah. Wow, beautiful. So our time is up.
Okay.
So our time is up. Any final notes, any final thoughts before we start wrapping up?
I don't think so. We've given so much information today that I'm hesitant to give any more. Just probably a reminder that we are here as coaches to support you. If what you want is to learn to manifest things, learn processes to get rid of the obstacles that are in your life, in your aura, in your past, in your karma, whatever, to have a more fulfilled and happier life, just contact us and we can help. That's I don't know why I've been guided today to say that instead of giving more information. That I think we've given a lot today.
I think yes, and it feels very good actually. I've enjoyed today. It was
Me too.
Very earthy. Okay, so ladies, thank you so much for listening to us once again. And as Gemma mentioned, if you want to reach out to us, maybe for support, if you want to work with us, or if you want to give us some feedback, or maybe if you want also to share a subject for a podcast, so we're open as well to explore that. And of course, to fulfill it if we get your feedback. So this is it for now. Much love to all of you, and hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, see you in 2 weeks' time.
See you. Bye-bye. That's all for today, ladies. Thank you so much for joining our conversation, and we truly hope you loved it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe to our podcast and also share it with other fabulous ladies so they could benefit from it too. If you want to get in touch, you could find us on all major social media platforms. Speak to you very soon.